Hello there. In this short video I'm going to show you the basics of getting started with document security in LDC Via. So let's assume that we've migrated a database across to LDC Via. It's called surface-demos-doc-library, and in the documents collection we've got 6 documents, and 4 of those documents are going to be visible to everyone, and 2 documents have readers fields associated with them. So if we go and look at one of the private documents, you'll see that a field that has come across when we migrated the data is called readers, and it has the values Matt White, Jack at LDC Via, and a different version of Matt White in them. So these are standard notes readers fields, and we just want to enable those as being readers fields within LDC Via. So to do that, we click on the Modify Collection Schema button, which brings up a big dialog box which allows us to configure how different fields work in LDC Via. We scroll down to the Readers field and we change the type of the field to be Readers. And that now means that document level security is enabled for this collection. So what we're going to do now is grant access to this database to Jack at ldcvia.com. So to do that, we're going to go to his user profile. We go and find the database that we're going to give him access to. Click Add, and he now has access to this database. I'm going to switch browsers and log in as Jack now. So when Jack logs into LDC Via, he can now see a single database, and you'll notice that there are only 4 documents visible to him at the moment. These are the 4 documents that have blank versions of the readers fields. So if the readers field is blank, then anyone who has access to the database can read it. So we now need to give access to Jack's private documents in the collection. So we switch back to our admin console, and we're going to allocate Jack a new name that happens to coincide with his email address here, but it could equally be his old style notes name. So as soon as we do that, we can switch back to Jack and see what he can see. You can see now that he has access to 5 documents in the database, including the private document for Jack. So Jack can see documents by virtue of his name being included in a readers field, but what about the equivalent of ACL groups in Notes and Domino? Well, when we migrate data from Domino to LDC Via, we actually add some fields to the documents as they're being inserted into LDC Via to make this easier for you. So if we go and look at a field called Reader Role, you can see that a value here which looks very much like a group name has been inserted automatically. So what we can do is go and allocate that group name to a user, and they will then get access to the document if we make this a readers field also. So we'll go and enable that in the collection schema. Then we'll go and modify the group members for that, and we can allocate Jane to that group as an example. We also need to grant Jane access to that database. So if we now log in as Jane, she should be able to see all documents in that database. And indeed she can. So she is able to see all of the private documents in the database, even though she is not explicitly named in any readers fields by virtue of being accessed by the _reader role field. So you can see it's pretty simple to manage access to documents within a document collection. All of these settings are obviously controlled via our API. So we have created this administration screen for you, but you can equally write the configuration of who has access to what and when into the source code of any applications that you write.